Hello and welcome back everyone. So this is part 6 of 2026 being consistent, and in this video we will decide how we are going forward in the remaining of 2026 and later on as well. So this is basically a poll of what course we are going to follow for the uh, upcoming duration of the time, whether it will be Spring Boot or like you wanted to go with a fully dedicated AIML series. So I will discuss both of them in details, and after watching this video, you can comment on LinkedIn as well, comment on this video as well, and you can share your thoughts based on out of these two, which dedicated playlist should I follow from scratch till the advanced topics, and we will move forward in which direction we receive the maximum number of responses. If you think I should try some other topic as well, you can comment them out as well. We will try to focus in that directions also, and we'll try to cover them as well. So start with it. So what I was saying is like you have to give specific orders to the AI as well, and based on that, like you know how to do the work. So in this course, we will be covering that. We'll be covering from scratch till the top on how you can master backend and Spring Boot. And at the end of the course, the main goal is will be simple, like your thinking, your critical thinking, your ability to solve the backend problems from requirements till the delivery. It doesn't matter whether you are trying for service or product, the cycle remains the same. The developer cycle remains the same. So ensuring like your critical thinking, your ability to do all of that stuff is enhanced. And yeah, it's simple. Uh, it doesn't matter the skill. It is really necessary to understand what you are doing and what you are trying to do. So we will be covering every topic starting from introduction, like how does internet work, HTTP, domain, web hosting, DNS, browsers. These all topics, they are completely related to the subject which you might studied in your second or third year by the name of computer networks. And yeah, these all are necessary things. While working in a backend, you should know the knowledge of server, when it's running, how it's triggering your request, from where it's getting the request, and how it's passing the responses to your front end, how the API works as well. So each of these things we will be covering in detail, and front end basics, and yeah, front end basics is good if you know. If you don't know, it's fine for backend if you wanted to do backend. And language, we will be going with Java and Spring Boot. If you wanted to learn with any other language, you can still watch that video, watch this series, sorry, because we will be covering like in details on how backend system and servers work. So it will be easier for you if you change from one to other, because um, Python and Django is very simple. If you wanted to translate Java, Spring and Node, like everyone is doing that. So yeah, that's why we choose Java and Spring Boot. And the another reason for Java is because the legacy codes of like some of the most famous systems what we are using is written in Java, and the companies don't even dare to touch those legacy codes to migrate into some other language. So whoever say that Node.js JavaScript is fast, yes, it is fast to learn, faster to implement. Startups are following it, but you think of that way, na? Like if something is faster, the less configuration you have on that, the less control you have on that. That's something Java and Spring Boot provides you. Like you have complete control over the application you are going to build. Each and everything you can customize it. So that's why it's more popular for legacy codes. And the developers of Java and Spring Boot, that they won't go away in any of the time. There will always be a job for Java and Spring Boot developers. The numbers might change, but this job is secure. So that's the another reason. C Sharp is, yeah, C Sharp, Go, Ruby, Rail, all of these are just fine. You can choose any of them. C Sharp and .NET is by Microsoft, and it's also one of the most popular. So you can choose anything. We will continuing with Java and Spring Boot. It's totally fine. Beginner project ideas, version control, repo hosting systems, GitHub, GitLab, beginner project ideas. Okay, uh, this is something tricky out there because the projects should come at the last. But yeah, Um, GitHub, GitLab, these version control systems you should know. Like we'll be heavily using them, how they work, what all the things you can do on GitHub as well, rather than pushing your code and writing like code forking the repositories. You should know like what all the stuff you can do on GitHub as well. So this is and like moving towards the rest of the series is version control systems will be fine. Database is very important. You can choose any one of them. MySQL, SQLite, PostgreSQL, MongoDB. It's very like database is also one of the most important things if you go into data analysis field. For backend and other purposes, we don't heavily rely on databases, but yeah, have a good knowledge of them is must. So we'll be covering them as well. API style, REST, JSON, SOAP, GraphQL, these are all APIs. You should know the difference between them and like what all things you can do with them as well. OpenAI authentication, authorization. This is some really important like terminologies when you deep dive into backend systems and everything. Caching, server-side Redis, memcached. Redis is one of the heavily used tool out there. Um, Nginx, Caddy, MSIS, Apache. These all are web servers. Servers, you can say like you host your application on a server. So these are some servers, Nginx, like we will covering Docker as well, and some other stuff, containers as well, Nginx images on that and everything. Yeah, here comes your authentication, JWT, OAuth, cookie-based auth, OpenID, AIML. Like what is the difference between token authentication and cookie-based authentication, and how you can rely on both, web security, AI and development. Okay, how LLM works, AI. Okay, this is good. Yeah. Uh, if my series goes like it might not get long, but yeah, for cloud opus 4.5 4.6, which is the latest model and the latest advanced models, we can show like how you can beat that model in critical thinking as well. And I will show you that by live example. Like most of the times it happens with me in my coding journey for my internship and my personal projects as well, whether uh, opus do certain things, certain of the things wrong, and we have to correct them. So we can rely on that. Hashing algorithms. Hashing is very important, like when we are dealing with authentication, password security, and other stuff as well. Then, yeah, like you might not needed these things in your personal projects, but when you go into like market, corporate world as well, hackers are out there to steal the data. Hashing is very important when you want to cover that. API security, HTTPS, cores, TSP, TLS, self security. Yeah, HTTPS is the most commonly used cores also. So we'll cover most of the things. Assisted coding, we can cover on that as well, like how you can use AI effectively in the coding. Prompt engineering agents and CP skills, all of these are good. Code reviews, refactoring, documented. Now there comes the main thing: function calling, AI providers. Like this is all AI assisted calling stuff. We can cover that as well. But yeah, your initial approach should be like build one project by yourself. Take 1 month. Take 1 month, 1 or 2 months. It's fine. No need to build something in 1 or 2 days. It's not a hackathon. So take 1 or 2 months completely, it's completely fine. Build something from scratch by yourself without the help of AI. You will learn a lot more stuff than what you can learn with the help of AI in probably 6 months or 8 months. When you debug your code, like I still remember while I was learning, like there was an error. It took me legit 6 days to figure that out and to resolve that. But when the code runs, it was a different feeling. And like I know by reading the lines of code, like where the error is, how it's causing, and where do I have to go to resolve this. So if someone asked, I don't have to like chat GPT them in front of them. I can say directly or a farming, we can say. So advanced backend CI/CD pipelines, yeah, we can cover them as well. Pipelines are very important when you want to do continuous integration and development. Like whenever you pushes your code on GitHub, it automatically gets deployed on render or Vercel. You see that. So how all of that happening? how you can customize that when you host your platform on cloud, how you can ensure your code gets updated and so on. So you can use CI/CD for that. Testing is very important when you deal with backend. It's a complete separate space, but we will cover that as well. Unit testing, functional testing, integration testing. There's a tool like Playwright Code Gen. It's very what we can say new in that. It's better than Selenium as well. So uh, based on that tool, I'm currently working. Normalization, transactions, ACID principles, databases. These all are very important when you deal with payment gateways. Like almost all of the applications have payment gateways nowadays. But yeah, wherever you require the transactions from the databases, ACID properties, and all of these are very important. Normalization, you can for sure you can use with your database to normalize the data. Then come to Kubernetes, like orchestration, containers, architectures, monolith. Basically, microservices is the architecture what we'll be following, and real-time data web sockets. Okay, this is something really interesting. Mark my word. This is one of the most interesting thing which will come across. And scaling databases, index, replication, sharding, and operational skills as well. So I studied all of that topics and I wanted to, like I didn't find any of the free courses on YouTube, and like I've studied the syllabus of many paid courses. They don't cover that much in depth. So I'll be covering like almost each of the topic. So uh, yeah, that's for about backend. Okay, so that was for backend, and now like coming to AI, ML and AI. So how to be an AI engineer? Like there are various courses like LangChain developer, RAG developer, CNN developer, CNN AI engineer. So what to choose? What path you find the best fit? How AI engineer is different from prompt engineer as well, data analyst as well, ML engineer. All of these stuff, like there will be a lot of confusion. We're clearing all of them. What you can choose, and yeah, prerequisites, front end, back end, full stack. Why these are requirements? Okay, the basic is like you should know certain development, either front end or full stack or back end. Why? Because if you don't know any of these, how you're going to show your projects? Like what you just see is basically front end. You can say some of the front end and back end or full stack. No one is going to see your AI model like by running the code, how much this accuracy is, and how like what result it is running in the form of plain text. No, everyone wants that like colorful screen patterns and so on. So based on that, you require some of the development to showcase your work, whatever you have done, whatever you have learned. So we can choose that introduction. We can cover them using pre-trained models. Okay, what are the benefits of pre-trained models? These are very important. Like it reduces a lot of work, like 20% trained, 10% trained. You can gather your data. You can then retrain these models on your data. So it takes a lot of time. It saves us a lot of time to build a complete model from scratch as well. AI versus AGLLMs interface. Yeah, we will be covering later then vector embeddings. Okay, so this is something different from machine learning engineer as well. OpenAI API, how you're using these APIs, OpenAI models, Anthropic, Google Gemini's, other AI, sorry, Azure AI. This is certainly good as well. Open source AI, what you can use Hugging Face. I still remember something is like Grok, AI safety and ethics, how you can use them. Okay, now this comes the main part, vector embeddings, databases, Chroma, Firespont. Like this is something related to maths as well and your knowledge of AI and ML as well. So they should list the prerequisites of machine learning. Let me check. It is out there or not. Okay, let's see what they're having for machine learning. Okay, so this is the requirement for AI as well. Like from here AI start. Uh, how to tell you like first we have machine learning, deep learning, then AI. So starting directly from AI is basically you will be like calling the APIs of certainly available AI models. So if you want to build your own model down from the scratch, you need to know machine learning, or you can also recommend like AI as well if you wanted to directly start with AI, calling other models, modifying them, pre-training them, giving them specific prompts as well. So yeah, based on to like okay, now this is a poll of three: ML, then AI, or directly from AI to prompt engineering in depth as well. So ML, I have already covered like what do we need to do in ML, statistic maths. Then we have syntax, OOPS programming, Python libraries, basically NumPy pandas, machine learning. Till there you can find also mentioned the resource Kaggle. You can watch my second video, how documentation, static learn, supervised learning. These all algorithms, unsupervised learning. Okay, model evaluation, like from here you need to search for the specific topics, but no need to search for the specific topics now. Like if you choose that, you'll be covering all of them in the courses as well. Deep learning tech libraries, TensorFlow, Keras, PyTorch, Scikit-learn. We'll be covering all of them, like how to use them, um, how you can use them to train the model backpropagation, how model learns as well while moving each layer from backward to propagation, how you eliminate the error, how you calculate the error effectively, activation functions, how you calculate the output to RNN, GRUS, LSMT, sorry, RNN models like recurrent, like the output of one layer is the input of another layer. So how these things go on. CNN, like the layers of CNN, convolution layer, all of them. What we have studied in theorics, we will see the real implementation of them, like while building the project, attention mechanisms, encoders, Gen AI, then we have tokenization, NLP. So for that machine learning, we will be covering all of them. And if we come to like, okay, AI engineering. Like after that, we start AI, it's also fine. But yeah, AI safety analytics, they have, yeah. So we can use AI models, OpenAI responses, agents, model context protocol. Okay. So this is something that is the later stage of after building the models, like how you build the server of a client off of it, how you return the response, how you calculate the learning, how you establish learning is going efficient in each iteration as well. Multimodal like image understanding, image generation, video, audio, text to speech, speech to text. These all things like you need to cover while moving data changes, like how to deal with the AI models, how to pass in specific prompts, and how to deal that. Like okay, this is your knowledge set. Keep that aside, or like take 50% consideration out of that, and take the majority from the data which I have been providing you, and take such type of inputs. Do this type of operations. Whatever user do certain inputs and return that output. It's basically more of like that, and AI encoders development tools as well. So LangChain, Llama Index, these all we can cover. In AI, if I'm not lie, I'm certainly out here, like in some of the last stages as well, agents and prompt. So these are doesn't really that much hard to do if you follow a particular roadmap and if you stick to like daily progress as well. So assignments you can say uh, for AI as well, and for backend development with Java and Spring Boot as well. These all will be provided, and I'll also try to provide the notes based on the end of each video as well. So that will be the plan. I've explained you like what we need, what we'll be doing in Spring Boot, what we will be doing in AI and ML as well. So now the task ahead of you is to decide like how you in which direction you wanted to proceed. If you choose Spring Boot, you can also choose ML, AI. We can also discuss on ML loops as well. Like there are a lot of skills, AI, data scientist, data analyst. We can cover like any in depth. So we will start based on like of which skill we receive the maximum number of responses. Now coming back. Yeah, roadmap of both. So you can choose on anything. I'll be considering all. Like you can message on LinkedIn as well, comment on LinkedIn as well, comment on YouTube as well. I'll be following on LinkedIn as well. Whatever skill set you will feel like the most required, we will cover that. We'll move that in that direction as well. And why that approach, like what we are following in the particular approach, is like basically what I feel like is if I follow like different skill set in each of the video, I will not be able to contribute that much what I wanted to do. So we'll be following a fully dedicated course. We will cover once, we'll finish it, and then we can try to move to migrate to some other course as well. So it will be a whole of life cycle based on whatever we are following. So to generate the matters, to gather the content for you, to gather the assignments, prepare them, and to like maintain all of that, we will be covering that. Now it's time for my daily updates as well. Learn AI RAG agents. It's done. Enhanced DHR length. It's done. Something working. Latest updates are coming on. That will be very interesting for you. And okay, yeah, this is ending. Thanks for reminding me. But yeah, I will be doing that. Networking, it's fine. I tried, but okay. KTS is in progress. I've started on that as well. So this is my approach. We'll be following all of them. And you can like, comment, share. So we have to follow what we can do. And like, yeah, please like, share, and please mention on the comments like what what basically what we say, what dedicated playlist or what course you wanted me to follow for the upcoming days. Thank you and bye bye.